So, my wife had a question. This is true. We was on the opposite end of the street trying to get to this event. And she said, what is a Jaguar doing at this EV event? I'm like, I have no idea. Maybe it's the owner of a restaurant. And maybe he has parking somewhere behind the restaurant. And come to find out, no, this is an electric vehicle Jaguar. So what is your name?
My name is Artur.
Artur. Spell that for me.
Artur.
Okay.
So it's like Arthur, but
Yes.
no H.
Okay, and where are you from?
I'm from Eastern Europe.
Okay.
From Poland. Exactly.
From Poland. Well, I've served in the military, and I might have run across some Polish soldiers when I was in Kosovo, because you guys are part of NATO, and I'm sure I did. Okay, so tell me about this. Okay, this is so unique here. So, how did this all come to be?
I have always been fascinated by Jaguars. I always really liked the design and the way they looked, everything, exterior, and even the people were complaining that these were not the most reliable cars. Like, I didn't really care about this, even if this was in fact true, which it really wasn't, right? But I would be the guy who would rather be fixing his Jag in a garage rather than driving Honda. I have to, repair this car to get it back on the road.
Right.
And
so ironically enough, you have this Jaguar here, and then we have the I-Pace right here.
Yep.
So you're telling me that you bought this car and you basically did everything yourself?
Yep.
Okay, so let's take a look at the trunk here. This is fascinating. So back here is another battery pack.
Yeah, that's the second pack.
Okay.
Yep. It's I took the cover off to be able to show people. So basically, those batteries are in the place of the old fuel tank. So they don't really take any trunk space compared to original car.
I see.
Yeah.
So here's the obvious question I'm gonna ask: How many miles? And I'm pretty much sure that everybody asks you this question. How many miles can you get on a single charge?
Everybody asks me
Everybody
that question,
asks that
and
question.
I used to be like super annoyed by
Right.
that because that's not really the most important thing, at least for
That
me,
is
right?
very true.
But I'm
On tour,
being
that is very true.
more understanding right now, and no problem. I get about 120 to 150 miles,
Okay.
depending on like the conditions, temperatures,
Right.
and stuff. And this is for me. For
Right.
some people, it might not be enough. For me, it's more than plenty because I really work from home pretty much on a regular basis, and and my longest errands that I need to make are like maybe 60 miles. So I'm
Right.
still like around 50% or under of the range. So it's perfectly fine for the daily driver car, which
Right.
this is for me,
Right.
the daily driver car.
And so you bought the car, you paid it off, you
Yep.
put this aftermarket battery in here, and you're still saving money.
oh yeah,
primarily.
100 miles per gallon. So
Right, that's right.
a big
That's
saving.
right. That's right.
Yeah.
All right, so I see the charge port right here. So this is where you charge the vehicle, right here.
Yep. So that's where the original port was.
Yes.
Uh,
Wow, look at that. Now, how long did it take you to do this conversion? And now you have somebody else videoing, so we got two people and then we're doing the video.
Gathered all the parts for a couple of months, and then when I started working on the car, from the removing the engine and to the first ride around the block,
Right.
around the neighborhood.
That
about
was your
6
test.
months.
6 months.
6 months. Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
And how much you pay for that? How much you pay for that?
So I did everything myself, right? So I only paid for the components.
So where did you get the components? This is
got-
great because now we have like we asking dual questions. So I told you when I first met you, there was a place in Florida called Green Shed Conversions, and she sells parts like these. These are basically like Chevrolet Volt parts, right? So did you get the conversions from her? Did you have to get them from another place?
No. So this is all custom. I basically
You built this yourself.
I built this everything myself, and I basically started putting together requirements like for like how much range I wanted to have, how much power I wanted to have, and basically I didn't want to downgrade the car because this was very like powerful car at the beginning. So I didn't want to just make something that just drives around the town. Like I wanted to still be a high performing car. So So I identify all the proper components, and I got 400 horsepower worth of electric motors in this car from eBay, from
Wow.
from
all over.
From all over.
All right, let me stop you there. So let me talk to the other cameraman here. What is your name?
My name is Nguyen.
All right, good.
Yeah.
So we're going to walk around to the front, and so we can talk about this. Now, if you got a question, you can ask as well.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, let's go.
All right. Do you want to get on this side?
Yeah.
6 months to get the rear wheels spinning and being able to get out on my little neighborhood to test the car without power brakes, without power steering, you know,
Wow.
without lights working and any,
Wow.
basically the basic electric power, you know, with no accessories running.
So did you have any failures at all? I mean, like, did it not start one time? Did it stop on you unexpectedly? Did something crazy happen? Like, wow, I should have
No.
thought about that.
No, I really didn't have a problem like
My
this.
question is the issue is the inspector. How you purchase the inspector agency
Good
to
question.
approve for your vehicle safety to run on the road?
Maryland, the law is a little bit more maybe like a liberal or
Lenient?
lenient. Yeah, so as long as you own a vehicle, you are responsible to keep it in a good shape, in a good condition, to be able to drive it on the road, and they don't require you to make any inspection. The only inspection that we have here is the emission
Emissions,
inspection,
right, in Maryland, yes.
So then when the emission inspection came in, I took it to the place, and basically they asked me a couple of questions because I said, hey, this car is no longer a gas powered car, right? So how do we get this inspected? And the nice lady, she just asked me a couple of questions just to see where the batteries are, and the most important one was, where do I charge the car? So I showed him the charging port, and she
Right.
said, okay, we're good. So
Wow.
this is no secret. I for all the components and all the material that I purchased to build this, to convert this car, they were just under $10,000, I would say. And this was the bulk of that was the batteries, which were maybe about $6,000, and then the rest of the components, motors, you know, with all these components, charger and DC and inverter, and some raw materials, aluminum for the boxes and for mounts and stuff. So about $10,000 and lots of hard work. Right?
Yeah, I'm
Which
sure.
I cannot really put the
You can't put a
tag
price on
this.
that one, yes.
But it would be many times over, right? If this was paid to someone else to do it.
Yeah.
Right? Because regardless who would be doing this, it would take them weeks and weeks
Or
even if they're
years. Or
professional.
years. And people would get frustrated if it doesn't work.
exactly.
You have one other question?
But you do it for yourself or anyone is a help you, or for example,
So,
your wife or kids or
So this is basically do this for them. I would definitely consider, like even right now,
Right.
and in the future, maybe I will have even more, basically be in a better position to be able to do this, maybe even full time, right?
So let me ask you a question. Last question. You're done?
yeah.
Okay. Thank you, my man.
And it's a final question. Please let me know your name and your address.
Artur Kust. I can give you my card if it's
Yeah, okay.
So my name is Artur, and I have a small YouTube channel with some boring videos on that. So
Okay.
Awesome.
you can find it easy.
yeah.
If you type this on the YouTube, then you will find my channel with a picture of the car.
So if people didn't hear that, you can actually go to his channel. His YouTube channel is like my 1998 Jaguar XJR conversion from an ICE car to an electric car, and there's all his details. I'm gonna tell you something, Arturo. I have been doing this for 2 or 3 years. You are the first person that I ever seen that has actually did all of this yourself. Like I said, I interviewed a lady in Florida, but I was in Maryland, so it's awesome to see this in person. Actually, I take that back. I did interview one other person, and he converted a 1967 gasoline car into this one. But this is amazing, and I really appreciate your time. It is so awesome, and I'm honored to be talking to an electrical engineer. My son's a mechanical engineer, so I know you guys are meticulous in what you do.
Yeah, so it's been really a fun project. This has been the most fun really project of that kind that I ever attempted in my life, and it's just been so rewarding and satisfying. And
I do have one other question. When you start your car, did you keep everything from the original OEM? For the, how can you tell if you're running out of battery? Do you have an indicator?
So here is an important thing. I set up some basically. I had some assumptions, at the beginning when I was building, that I didn't want to alter this car, like functionality of the car from original one, because I really liked the way it drove, and I didn't want to affect any features and for example interior, like, because a lot of people are like changing the interior and stuff. I want to keep everything original, and the only change that I made, and you can take a peek later, is I removed the stereo, and I replaced it with like a 7-inch display, and that I call it my Tesla dashboard. That's the one that I have like all the gauges and stuff on.
Got it.
Little panel, but everything else in the car, every single switch, every single control light, everything works exactly as it was in the original car, and I don't have any electrical problems or warnings or errors, and my fuel gauge always obviously shows me the battery state of charge of the battery, and the temperature gauge shows me the temperature of the battery coolant, and the coolant kind of like averages, and everything, all the systems, ABS and traction control works properly in this car, just as it came from the factory.
Well, thank you. This is a pleasure. I'm going to take a look inside, but I really appreciate it. From one YouTuber to another YouTuber to me, I really appreciate it, and that is so awesome.
My last question.
Okay. I just want to say I appreciate the opportunity, because I want to spread the news and basically show people that this is something really reasonable and affordable to do, and within reach of a lot of people. And if someone needed some help, that I might even be able to help out.
Well, thank you. You have a crowd of people. You have a young lady here who wants to ask you questions.
What did you do if you received the offer from your friend?
So this is his interior. So I'm just doing a quick look at his car. He's talking to someone else, but he told me the battery pack in the back controls the rear wheels, and the battery pack in the front controls the front wheels, and plus all the other stuff up here, to include radio and horns and lights and signals and things like that. So this is a fascinating car. Again, first time I've ever seen a conversion like this from a Jaguar. Thank you for watching on another edition of Don't Waste Your Time. This video may not be for you. Peace.